Okay, so stiff. Anything else you need from yoga other than to just kind of unwind and release some of the stiffness? That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any kind of opening.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. All right, so take one of your blankets after you just spent all that beautiful time folding it perfectly. And you'll open it up so it's just about this amount. And today I'm going to encourage us to fold it in thirds from the long edge. And once it's folded, you'll bring it back behind you so that it's perpendicular to your spine. And the place that we're trying to look to bring the blanket is right underneath the armpit. So sometimes I actually almost bring it up with me and then lay down, so that when I lay down, my arms can easily go out to a T to either side. And once you have the blanket placed, then explore what would your legs like to do here. Would you rather your legs stay bent with the knees dipped into touch? Would you prefer having the feet together and the knees wide? Completely up to you. And the hope is that by starting here with the blanket underneath the shoulder blades, there's just this tiny bit of a push to encourage the heart to open and expand. And in that expansion, potentially you could breathe a little bit more fully. And for this first part of our practice together, instead of me filling the space, I'll actually just leave a little bit of quiet to arrive from wherever you were to here and now. There are days where the process of bringing the parts of ourselves back together can feel a little bit like a practice, like a piece of a puzzle being returned back to the full picture, or a tendril that the breath can draw back in. What does it feel like when you call all of the different parts of yourself to come back home? What does it feel like to invite the mind to quiet a little bit so that what you bring to the practice is more awareness and curiosity than the mental push of making something happen, of understanding something fully? And instead, allow yourself to be the witness of your experience, the observer of this time. Give yourself about 5 more breaths here to simply arrive. As you get to the bottom of your 5th-ish exhale, use the next inhale, almost like a snow angel, to sweep your arms overhead, just as high as they want to go. Once your arms are overhead, to see if this changed your capacity to take in breath. Feel the inhale and the exhale here. breath away, let the hands flip back out to the T shape beside you, reaching long through the fingertips. And really exploring, could you cultivate just a little more length here from one set of fingertips to the other? Almost as if as you inhale, the fingertips could reach a millimeter longer in each direction. And as you exhale, soften into the space that you created. Breathe in, widen, and expand through the collarbones. And breath out, soften a little bit here. As you find your next exhale, shift your attention now to the neck. And encourage your head here just to move a little bit from one side to the other. One more breath, moving your head from one side to the other. And once again, find stillness in the neck as you reach the arms overhead. This time though, encourage both legs to extend long for a moment so that it's a full body stretch from the heels all the way up through the fingertips. Take a breath in through the nose, and as you exhale, sigh away. Let's do two more like that. Breathe in, getting long. As you exhale, soften back down. And one last time like that. Breathe in, extending long. And breath out, soften here. Once again, rebend the knees. This time start to roll over onto one side. I'm just pausing there. There might be a little pressure on the side of the ribs from where the blanket is folded. So as you roll to one side, just pausing there. And for a moment, consider that now that all of the parts of you are gathered closer, maybe not fully here, but closer, if there's something you'd like to bring into the practice, some intentionality as you move and breathe. If there is a commitment to yourself that you're inviting in, let that live in some way, like maybe it's a mantra, some words that you put on repeat to let them become your focal point. When you're ready, use the top palm to push yourself all the way to a seat, finding your way to a tabletop position where your hands are underneath the shoulders and the knees are underneath the hips. And once you find your way into that shape, to right away start to find and explore some movement here. Maybe it's cat-cow. Maybe it's big circles in the spine. Really see if the movement can be slow and explorative. After a little bit of time moving here, in whatever way you've made the choice to move, shift now towards a child's pose with the arms extended out in front of you, really lengthening out through the arms as the hips ease back towards the heels. If your forehead does touch the earth and you'd like to add a little bit of movement here, encourage a little bit of movement as you rock on the head from one side to the other. Once again, encouraging the mind to quiet. Encouraging the parts of you to arrive here not to be judged by this executive function part of ourselves, but rather simply to allow ourselves to be witnessed. Eventually let the head still and tent up onto the fingertips so that the underarms hollow out just a little bit, elbows lift away from the floor. Then walk both hands over to the left. You might even bring your head with you along to the journey of to the left. Pausing here to reach the right hip back as the the right fingertips reach forward and to the side. Breathing into the right lung just for a few more moments here. And as you're ready, bring the hands back through center before eventually letting your hands go over towards the other side. Same idea. Now invite breath into the left lung, creating some spaciousness there. And as you find the bottom of your next breath out, use your next inhale to lift to a tabletop shape. Hands back to center, the heart starts to lift. Curl the toes under. And as you exhale, toes tuck, child's pose. Ease the hips back towards the heels with the toes still curled. Push into the hands to the amount that you'd like. The more you push, the more stretch you get on the bottom of the feet. The more you pull forward, the less intense it is on the bottom of the feet. Then when you're ready, round the spine up like cat pose. Pull the heart up between the shoulder blades, curl the chin in towards the chest. And when you find tabletop pose, let the pelvis pull forward as the heart unfurls forward. We'll do that a couple of times. So push back to cat and back to toes, tuck, child's pose. And then pulling into the hands, round back through cat, eventually to the long length of your spine in a knee version. That one or two more times. Really explore the movement and how it connects to your breath. Something I'm already really appreciating about our practice together this evening is I'm observing the two of you really move slow rather than speeding through from one thing to the next. Letting this be a playful exploration of whatever it is you are witnessing in your own body. One of the times you come forward to your knee version of plank, the next time, instead of going back to toes tuck child's pose, consider heading back to downward facing dog, lifting the hips all the way up and back behind you. With knees either bent or straight, depending on what your hamstrings invite into the experience. Take a deep breath in, lift both heels up away from the floor. And as you exhale, soften both heels down towards it. Let's just do that 2 more times. Breathe in, lift the heels. And breath out, soften heels towards it. 1 more time, breathe in and lift. And breath out, heels soften. Walk your hands back towards your feet. So you're in a forward fold at the back edge of your knees. And once you feel the foundation transfer into the feet, take a half lift, hands to your shins. Send the heart out in front of you, big breath in. And as you exhale, pour the heart down. And as you find your forward fold, your hands might go to opposite elbows. Gently sway a little bit from one side to the other. In this forward fold, there might be the part of the shape that feels relatively active, where you feel sensation. There might be parts that are a little more subtly active. So for me, the hamstrings are the part that I feel the most. But I also feel my outer hips and my shoulders releasing a little bit here. What is it that you feel? At the bottom of your next breath out, if you haven't yet, come to stillness at center, release hands heavy towards the floor. With a soft bend in the knees, uncurl the spine, slowly coming all the way up to stand, shrugging the shoulders towards the ears when you get there. And releasing the shoulders down and away as you breathe out. Let's take 2 more shoulder shrugs here. Big breath in, lift the shoulders up and lower them down. Inhale, lifting the shoulders all the way up and lower them down. This time, reaching actively through the fingertips, lift your chin up away from the chest. Then on an exhale, chin comes all the way down towards chest. Roll the left ear towards the left shoulder while reaching actively through the right hand. And as the chin comes back down through center, same idea, other side, right ear towards right shoulder, reach through the left ear. And back through center. Chin lifts as both arms lift. Inhale, sweep the arms up high. Breath out, hinging at your hips, fold all the way forward. Doesn't matter what your arms do, let them move in a way that feels right. Half lift, breath in. Breath out, you fold. From the base of the spine, unfurl, come all the way up to stand, stretch shoulders up. And release the shoulders down. Breathe in, chin lifts up high. Breath out, chin towards chest. Left ear towards left shoulder, roll as you reach through right hand. Chin comes back down, same idea, right ear, right shoulder, reach through the left. Back to center, breath out. Inhale, lift the chin, reach both arms all the way up and overhead. And as you exhale, hinge at your hips, fold all the way forward. Breathe in, half lift, lengthening the spine. And as you exhale, fold. This time, come forward to either tabletop or downward facing dog. You get to choose. And pause there for a couple of breaths. When you feel ready, come all the way forward to plank position and make a choice. Is it plank with knees on the earth or knees lifted? Slow, steady, lower all the way down towards the floor. Take your time, find a way that makes it mindful and within your control. And once your abdomen's all the way down, tense the fingertips wide off of the mat, elbows up towards the ceiling. And then pushing into the fingertips, inhale, lift the head and the heart up. And as you exhale, lower the heart back up. Let's just do that a couple of times. Breathe in, lift the heart. And breath out, soften the heart. Breathe in and lift. This time, as you exhale, slide the arms out in front of you. Palms can be heavy to the floor as the forehead comes down towards the earth. See if you can soften the front body down. And even soften the back body. So places like the glutes release tension. Breath travels into the belly. Know that there's nothing for you to do right in this moment while I share just a little bit of information about the card that's to the top right corner of your mat. The corner of that, well, let's start that sentence again. The card at the top right corner of your mat says no thanks on one side and yes please on the other. It just lets me know if you're open to hands-on assist during the practice this evening. And it can change back and forth all class. It can stay on no thanks the whole time or come to yes please the whole time, up to you. Now shift your attention back into your own body. This place of settling towards the earth for just a few more breaths. And if you did come up with an intention that you wanted to bring with you along this journey, maybe here for a moment, it's as if you're offering a breath of devotion to that practice of living with intention. When you're ready, slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Lift up to a tabletop shape. And round the spine up towards the ceiling on a breath out, rounding the spine. Breathe in, long neutral spine. And as you exhale, encourage the abdomen to activate. As you extend the right leg back behind you, press out through the heel. And then inhale, lift the heel up and over the toes, and we'll just do that a couple of times. So pressing the heel away, and then bringing the heel up and over the toes. And then this next time, as you press through the heel, push into your hands and explore the idea of the knee and the nose coming towards each other. So maybe the knee actually lifts off the floor, the left knee towards the nose. Lowering the left foot down, left shin down rather, and lift the right leg up, bringing right knee towards the nose, curling it into yourself. Leg goes back, breath in. And with the leg still on, toes touch the earth. Left knee towards nose. And lower the left shin down. Inhale, the right leg lifts. And exhale, curl the knee in. One more time like that. Reach the leg back. And as you exhale, toes tap, left knee towards nose. Lower the shin down. And lift the right knee. Right foot rather. Knee towards nose, curl. Leg goes back, breath in. And then lower the right shin down towards the earth and sit on top of your heels as long as the knees and ankles say this is okay. Slide the hands to the front of the kneecaps. Squeeze the muscles between the shoulders. Inhale, open up through the heart. And as you exhale, round the spine back. Let's just take 2 more like that. Breathe in and widen. Breath out and curl in. Last time, breathe in and expand. Breath out, curl. Inhale, come to stand on your shins. Reach both arms all the way up towards the ceiling. And breath out, cactus, the elbows lift up through the chest. Squeeze the muscles between the shoulders, just pausing for a moment. As you squeeze the muscles between the shoulders, can you puff up through the chest and lift the gaze just a little bit higher while the neck stays long. Inhale, the arms reach up and overhead. And as you exhale, tabletop shape. Settle with the foundation of your hands, and then when you're ready, the left foot extends back, toes curled on the ground. Press through the heel a couple of times. Now, if you did something a little bit different on the other side, you're welcome to do that different thing here too, which is always welcome in our practice. I know sometimes we feel like we have to do what the teacher says, but what if we give ourselves the permission to tailor our practice to our own experience? The next time you press through the left heel, consider bringing your right knee towards the nose. And then lowering the shin down, the left leg lifts up and back. That knee comes in towards nose and re-extends, breath in. Leg is long, toes on the floor, right knee towards nose on an exhale. Inhale, lower the shin as left foot lifts. And as you exhale, knee towards nose, left knee towards nose. Leg goes back. One last time, lifting the right knee. The right toes touch, left toes touch, right knee lifts. Right shin lowers, and lift the left leg. Lower the knee, or rather bring the knee towards the nose one last time. Re-extend, and the shin touches down to earth. Sit back on your heels, hands come to the front of the knees. Inhale, widen the heart, breath in. And exhale, round the spine back behind you. Come to stand on your shins. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Breath out, cactus, the elbows lift through the heart. Inhale, the arms lift high. Tabletop pose, breath away. Inhale, cow pose, drop the belly, open the heart. And as you exhale, downward facing dog, lift the hips up and back. And from your downward facing dog, pause for a moment before walking your hands back towards your feet in a forward fold there. Breathe in and half lift when you get there. No rush if you're not quite there. Take your time. Breath out and refold. This time with a long spine, inhale, sweep both arms all the way up and overhead, reach tall. And as you exhale, head to a chair pose with airplane arms, bend into your knees, squeezing the muscles between the shoulders as the arms reach back. Then when you're ready, stand tall, reach the arms all the way up. Maybe a little bit of a heart opener as your arms extend. And one more time, bend into your knees, sweep the arms back. Interweave the hands at the base of your spine. Squeeze the muscles between the shoulders. Lift up tall through the chest, breath in. And hinging from your hips, fold. Maybe the hands come off the low back, but they don't have to if you'd rather keep them resting on the table. But in either case, squeeze muscles between the shoulders so the collarbones are wide. Inhale, hands to the shins, lift up partway. And breath out, downward facing dog, or if you're choosing tabletop, that's great too. Take one full breath there. Then use your inhale to come all the way forward to a plank version of your choice, knees up or down. And slow, steady, lower all the way down towards the earth. Any heart opener of your choice, whether the hands are under the shoulders or wide, lift the heart. And as you exhale, slide the arms out in front of you, Danda Pranam, and extending the arms forward as the forehead rests down. And then taking a moment here again to soften. After a couple of breaths of softening here, eventually encourage the abdomen to activate. And we'll start with just the legs. The right leg starts to float up away from the floor, straight and strong-ish. And lowering the right leg back down towards the earth. Same idea, left leg lifts, breath in. And lower the left leg down. You can just do the legs, it's a beautiful option, or start to add the opposite arm and the heart, so the head and the heart lift too. So if the left leg lifts, it's the right arm that lifts. And if it's the right leg, it's the left arm that lifts. Give yourself a couple more times to explore from side to side. When you feel complete, ideally trying to do about the same number on each side. Let both legs, both arms lower to the earth and stay there for a moment. On an exhale, slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Lift to your version of plank position and find downward facing dog as you find breath out. From downward facing dog, lift high up on the toes so that you can tiptoe the feet all the way forward towards the front edge of your mat. Does that sound good? Right over here. Is it okay where you can? Inhale, half lift, length on the spine. And as you exhale, fold the heart back down. Long spine, come all the way up to stand tall, reach the arms overhead. And as you exhale, chair with airplane arms as you exhale. As you inhale, lift the right knee, which could be toes on the floor, or it could be the entire sole of the right foot lifted as left leg straightens, arms sweep up. Step your right leg back into warrior one. The back heel comes down as you airplane the arms back. Breathe in, sweep the arms all the way, bringing the shoulders over your hips. As you exhale, airplane the arms back, sending the heart forward. Let's do that 2 more times. This next time, as we airplane our arms back, pause just for a moment. Interweave the fingertips at the low back again. Reach the arms away and see if there's a little more space in the heart that you can find. Keep the arms interwoven. Lift the heart as your front leg straightens and pivot so that you're facing the long edge of the mat. Readjust the feet. Sometimes they're not quite parallel there. Keep interweaving the hands. Lift the chin all the way up away from the chest, breath in. And as you exhale, chin towards the chest, breath out. Roll left ear towards left shoulder, widen across the right side of the neck. The chin comes back down to center and over to the other. Bring the chin back down at center. Then inhale, lift the chin, widen through the chest. Hinging your hips, fold all the way forward. Hands might come off the low back. That's up to you. Take a breath or 2 here. And then eventually, let the hands lift you part way and release the interweave. Let hands come down to the floor so we can move to our side lunges, Skandasana, from one side to the other. Bend one knee, straighten that leg, and then go over to the other. You get to decide what is the depth that feels right today. Give yourself just another moment or so exploring your stretches from one side to the other before finding your way to a runner's lunge with your left foot forward, where both hands walk towards the inside of the front foot. You get to choose if back knee is up or down. And the left toes pivot slightly out to the side. Lift through the spine, look forward. And as you exhale, push into the hands, curl into look toward yourself. Pull into the fingertips, lengthen the heart forward. And breath out, curl into look towards self. Love that I'm seeing some blocks, some props in use here. The next time your heart reaches forward, lift all of the toes on your left foot and come towards the outer edge of your left foot. Just as much as your body says is okay. And then from here, maybe swing the hips from side to side. Come back to this idea of witnessing your experience. What is it that you notice in this moment, in the hips, in the shoulders, in the jaw? And is there somewhere even more subtle than the jaw that you can note right here and now? Squeeze muscles between the shoulders, even here. See if the back of the head can lift slightly higher. Then however it gets there, slide this left leg back so that you're in a plank pose, whether knees are up or down, and slow, steady, move through some shapes that work in your body. You're gonna head to downward facing dog eventually, but you could move through child's pose, you could move through a vinyasa, it's up to you. In about 2 more breaths, I'll start the flow again from downward facing dog. Lifting high up on the toes, tiptoe the feet all the way forward towards the front edge of the mat. Once you find your forward pulse, take a half lift, hands to the shins or the thighs as you lengthen the heart forward, and melt the heart back down, breath out. Long spine, inhale, come all the way up to stand tall, reach the arms up high. And as you exhale, chair with airplane arms. This time it'll be the left knee that lifts as we come to stand. Inhale, the right leg straightens as the left knee lifts. Maybe it's toes on earth or whole foot lifted. Slide or step back into your warrior one. Back heel grounds down, the heart still forward. Inhale, the arms extend up. And as you exhale, airplane the arms back, send the heart forward. A couple more times like that. Breathe in and lift. And breath out, sweep the arms back. Last go like that. Breathe in and lift. And breath out, sweep back. Interweave the fingertips. And as you do, see if you can interweave so the pinky finger that feels just a little less comfy on top is on top. Widen through the heart, lift the heart, breath in. Breath out here. Inhale, straighten the front leg. And rotate all the toes towards the window side of the room. Adjust the feet so they're parallel. Once again, once the heart is lifted, hinging at your hips, fold forward. Hands might come off of the low back or stay resting on the low back. And this time, when you do release the hands down towards the earth, walk your hands towards the teal wall, so the one where your heels are closer to, walking them towards the back of the room through the 2 hands. So staying in your wide-legged shape as the fingertips reach towards, I guess both walls are teal, so you're not incorrect. But I'm at the one on the far side of the room closest to the heels. Just take a moment there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders, lift up through the heart, breath in. And as you exhale, right foot forward, runner's lunge with either back knee up or down. Try to do what feels similar to what you did on the other side. Curl your heart looking inward to yourself. Then lengthen the heart forward. Do that a couple more times. This time as you lengthen your heart forward, curl all of the toes on your right foot up. Come towards the outer edge of your right foot. Maybe you sway a little bit here. What is it that you feel? What is it that you notice within your own body? One more breath, moving the way you are. Then slide the right foot back so that you're in a tabletop shape. Drop the belly, open up through the heart as you breathe in. And as you exhale, round the spine all the way up towards the ceiling. As you inhale, lengthen the spine and find the blanket roll that's just to the left of you. And from there, slide the blanket roll on top of the calves. I like a little padding underneath my knees. You're welcome to use your second blanket for that if you need or would like. And once the blanket is settled on the calves, ease the weight of your hips back towards your heels. And we're just gonna do that a couple of times. So at first I may not feel like much, lifting the hips back up. And then eventually easing the hips back. And then one of the times, we'll keep the blanket where it's at. Walk the hands towards the thighs, sitting up on top of the blanket. Now, depending on tension you might feel in the lower body, you might feel this in the calves. You might feel this in the hamstrings. Or you might feel ease. You might feel ease in the knees. Some of us might feel nothing at all, and all of this is okay. As we pause here, encourage the thighs to melt around the blanket as your sit bones get heavier, which might even feel like the low back getting longer. As we get closer towards the parts of the practice that are really about melting the fascia, letting the fascia tension release in the body, we'll hold the poses a little bit longer, which might mean that we let the mind get curious about the sensations we feel. We're never looking for pain, but discomfort might arrive a little bit or a lot of it. And know that this will be temporary. We will only be here for a little while longer. And see if 10 breaths seems like a reasonable length of time for you to hold this experience. If the answer is no, trust that, making your way onto a belly down Shavasana. We'll meet you in a moment. If the answer is yes, let each breath matter. Just about 5 more breaths. Now know you always have the choice to arrive to belly down Shavasana early if you'd like. Last 2. Been here for a little while, so really gentle with your body. Bring the hands back down towards the earth. Something might feel intense like the ankles or the release of the calves. Lower all the way down into belly down Shavasana. And when you do, find a crocodile shape where hands are underneath the forehead, elbows are wide. Let the heels sweep out to the sides, so the toes are closer and the heels are heading to the sides. Take 5 deep breaths into the back body. Is there something to witness here? Some release and sensation along the legs, along the feet. When you finish the bottom of the next breath out, we'll head to the Sphinx pose. With the bolster, so I didn't bring a bolster over for myself, but with each of you, you'll slide the bolster underneath the ribs, with with the elbows somewhere in front of the bolster. Now, if that feels like too much, one option would be to let the bolster take more of your weight, letting the arms come a little further forward. The other would be to bring your second blanket underneath your pelvis to lift the pelvis a little bit higher. So you choose. Though there's a softening in this experience, there also be just a little bit of engagement, as if you could pull your pelvic floor up towards the center of your body, which might create a little bit of extra length in the low back. If you brought an intention into your practice, invite that into your mind's eye. Last 10 breaths here in the sheet. The last 10 breaths, if you'd like a little more intensity, you could push into your hands, lifting the elbows away from the earth. Keep the abdomen active so the low back has length even here. You can make that choice. No matter how many breaths you take, let's let this be the last 3. Get to your last third. Curl the toes under. Slide the hands underneath your shoulders so you can lift to tabletop. And ease back to any version of child's pose. The bolster's right there if you'd rather use the bolster for a moment in child's pose. Resting the forehead and bringing your ear to the mat. This will be a relatively short pose. Just about a minute. Just a little shorter than the last few shapes we've done. One more breath in where you are. And exhale here. If you have an ear to the bolster, bring the forehead down to the bolster. And sliding the hands underneath the shoulders just to lift up enough so you can move the prop off to the side. Please keep the blankets as they are. So scoot the bolster off to the side on either side or out in front of you. Then lower down onto your abdomen and slide your left arm on top of the blanket out to the side of you. And take your right hand underneath the right shoulder. Take your left ear to the mat. And consider pushing into your right hand so that your side bodies are stacked with your left arm behind you. So as you push into your right hand, the right side body starts to stack on top of the left shoulder. Head can rest down on the ground if that feels okay. The right hand sometimes feels nice if you wrap it around the back towards the sacrum, towards the low back. The top leg can balance on top of the other. Be a bit of a kickstand either in front or behind the other leg. Breathe in through the nose. And open mouth, sigh away. Take two more just like that. Breathe in. And on the bottom of this next breath out, sweep the top arm in front of the chest again to anchor for a moment on the floor. Then roll onto the belly, extending the right arm out to the side on top of the other blanket. Keep the left arm as is, but rotate the right ear down. And just let the left arm pause here. Give it a moment to release the pressure. And the bottom of a breath to slide the left hand underneath the shoulder. And same idea on the second side. Start to stack the left side body on top of the right. Once here, you can explore the left arm wrapping around towards the low back, or to keep the arm as is. And the top leg could help balance by going slightly behind or slightly in front. you get to the last breath to roll onto the abdomen. Let both arms rest, however you imagine rest to exist here. Though not a graceful transition, start to turn around so that your back is resting on the floor. Just flipping over. Just flip over to gather the knees into your chest, giving yourself a bit of a hug here. The knees in towards the chest. You might rock a little bit from side to side or make circles in your knees. Give yourself 3 more breaths of either stillness or movement. Before eventually sliding the legs over the bolster in front of you, which is unlocked, so it's a little bit high, but resting the calves on the bolster. You have 2 blankets to either side of you. You want to rest one over your belly or over your eyes. Letting yourself find your way to Shavasana. Best of your capacity as you settle into this shape to let the body settle, to soften, to release. a deep breath in through the nose. And open mouth sideways. Ever so gently let your head rock from one side to the other. Find a little bit of movement in the ankles, letting the ankles roll in one direction and then the other. Just like we did at the beginning of the class, start to find a sweep of the arms like a snow angel, reaching the arms eventually up and overhead. Knowing that the bolster might fall, and that's completely okay. Bend one knee and then the other to rest on the bolster or on the floor before rolling over onto one side. And when you do find your way to rest on one side for one more moment of our practice together, come back to your own intentionality. Let it soften away here. And in its place to leave spaciousness. Push into one palm, come all the way up to a long seat with the spine reaching tall. Inhale, sweep both arms all the way up and overhead, and as you exhale, hinge at your hips, fold forward, letting hands get heavy to the earth. Curl your chin into your chest, and take a breath of gratitude for all of the parts of you that arrived here. For letting yourself gather and be as whole as you could possibly find tonight. Unfurl the spine, come all the way up to sit tall, taking palm over palm at the heart, inviting your gratitude into this space. From my heart to both of yours, I am so very grateful for you this afternoon, for being here, for breathing so deeply and fully into your own practice. From my heart to yours, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace within, peace surrounding, and peace throughout. Thank you. You're so welcome. Hopefully we feel more spacious. Very much. All right. I'll see you out there, but take your time putting props away. And I'll come gather those little cards. You're welcome.
Why does Shavasana have to go so fast?
Oh, this hour class is too hard with all the things we do.
That was way fast. Like, I was like, what happened?
I need like an extra 10 minutes.
You're also a wizard with like putting a top on that thing.
Yes.
Oh, that's true.
Well, we're just speaking towards, I'm never sure if I'm more disturbing or not, so it's good to
Definitely not disturbing. Cat.
my paint on.
Yeah.
I'm like, uh-oh.
76, that's about right. Yesterday we did, we had it up to 76, but it was cold outside. Colder. But we ended up sweating.
Yeah, I don't have anything really underneath this because I'm just sports bra, so I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna take it off.
No. Especially because once we get into those deep poses, we get a little, like, our body temperature lowers a little bit. At least that's what I'm gonna bake on.
I think you can.
And maybe if you drop these, it'll block some of this sunlight. I couldn't reach it. Oh, because it's over the top. Yeah. How did they do that in the first place? I think to do it, you just have to like flip it, but to get it back down is the hard part.
But somebody needs to. All right. Okay, we did it.
Yeah, we realized we're too short to get the curtains
Oh,
down.
yeah, whoever did that. Made it a little harder. See if I can get it.
You need a step stool.
We need a tall person.
Maybe we've got a lack of those in here though. Oh, you did it.
That's just called. Just reached. Oh yeah, it's not getting that angle. At least that's right, if you move this way, you'll get out of the sun. Or over there. And just kind of right in that spot.
I'm in that slot. I deliberately moved here because I thought it was out of.
My cats are the opposite, they look for the spot so that they can bask. Yeah, that did help a lot though. Getting those down.
It's almost like it never snowed.
It is so sunny outside.
Yeah. I was driving across town at about 1:30, and the evacuation from the cement was at least 2 feet high.
Wow. I bet it looked pretty cool though.
It was really cool. Yeah. Everything evaporated so fast.
Luckily, I had all my trees trimmed last season, so I didn't have any vulnerable branches or anything.
And we lost a branch.
Oh, did you?
The tree is 60 years old, and it's gotta be over 8 feet tall. So there's just definitely gonna be it's gonna introduce some natural green.
Yeah, I have to use an arborist because we have a really giant
We used
ash tree.
We used one. We had 3 monkeys in the tree last fall. Let me say last fall, no, like a year ago. I call them monkeys.
Yeah, well, that's what they look like when they're up there.
Yeah. Strapped up in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they did a great job. It's a silver,
Mhm.
and it's beautiful. It's as old as the house. I think it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I was mad because they cut back too much last year, and they ended up giving me like a pretty good refund back because they were like, yeah, you're right, this was too much.
Did it grow back?
No, they took a huge branch that was our like shade from the patio, so I had to get a shade sale, because now we have no shade on our patio. Super sweet.
If it's too much, just for the, yeah. Yeah. It's not really very much. All right, everybody. How you doing? I took a nap in the car on the way over here.
They're like, that's a short nap.
It was a short nap. Good thing I wasn't driving. Give me a second to work the live stream here.